What is up YouTube? KM888 here, and I'm here with my 60 card Orkest Pendulum deck. I went to a regional, the deck did subpar. Kind of some weird things happened at the event, but I'll explain that in another video. I want to get this over with pretty fast, the deck profile, and I'm going to do an explanation video for tomorrow. So yeah, for the deck profile, triple abductor. Card is really good. I don't have a lot to say about it. Triple Cerberus, double Jackal King. In this build you want to see your extender, so double Jackal King is needed. Triple Curtain Raiser, triple Darkworm, and one Gate Zero. You're playing 60 cards, but even then you don't find the space for the second one, so yeah, there's always that. Triple Chronograph, one Time Gazer, the brick. I've drawn this a whole lot of times, so yeah. 3 Wisdom Eye, 3 Harmonizing, and then one of the other magicians. 1 Purple Poison, Black Fang, Oath, Janke, Dragon Pit. Oh, and I'm playing 2 other monsters that aren't any for the combos. It's one Destrudo, because you can send it with all the stuff you can send Darkworm with, and having something else to send is just bonkers. It's really good, and it helps out in the combos so much. And then the final monster is Droll and Lockbird. I've put 1 Droll and Lockbird in just because of the magical abductor, and believe me, I've searched it 4 times in the tournament, and I hard drew it twice. So I still got Droll and Lock 6 times in the entire tournament, 7 rounds. Card is actually really good at 1 in this deck, I feel. If you open enough spells, you can just, and Abductor, you can just go Abductor in the scale, get 3 counters on it, and get a Pendulum, and then when you destroy it and you Pendulum summon it back, you can get another 3, so that's actually just the crazy stuff, so yeah. For engines that we're playing the Orkest engine, so it's 1 Orkest Nightmare, the Harp Horror, Orkest Symbol Skeleton, the World Wand, and I'm also playing 1 Orchestrated Return, but I don't have the card right now and I had to borrow it, so it's an Orchestrated Babel, but this is like a proxy, so it's Orchestrated Return. As soon as I have it, it's of course in the deck profile again. I feel that in this build only 1 Nightmare is correct, because even if you draw it, you can just Pendulum summon it out together with your other monsters. It's a level 7 and you can just go with your Orkest play from there, and you don't have to go into Mermaid, so your combo just gets a little bit different, but playing 1 is correct in this build, I feel. Just 1 brick less. I'm playing the PK engine, of course, with 1 Ancient Cloak, 1 Silent Boots, double Fogblade, and the 1 Shade Brigandine. To be honest, in retrospect, after the event, I should have probably played the Azathoth package in this deck. I'm kind of sad I didn't, and I'm probably gonna change that up, so maybe 1 Fogblade is going to be the PK rank up magic. And then in my extra deck I'm going to add the Time Thief and the Azathoth. But yeah, I kind of wishing it was like that, so yeah. And then the final engine that I was playing is a kind of weird one, but it helped out so much. I'm playing 1 for 1, and my only target in the deck, it seems weird, is DD Savant Kepler. Just so you can add Dark Contract with the Gate, which will add you DD Lamia. The idea behind this was if you see the Kepler, it's you can add 2 cards from it, which will have their use. Seeing the 1 for 1 is another turbo card, so that's amazing. But the thing that happens is, so you summon this before the Electromite or after even, you don't care. You search this, you have another spell if it happened to be for Abductor. If you don't have the Abductor, it doesn't matter. And you search DD Lamia. Now at this point, you ditch this card, you discard it for the Nightmare Mermaid effect, and it gets to the graveyard. And later on in the combo, you can just tribute your Dark Contract with the Gate, special summon the Lamia, and you have another Dark on the field, which is also a tuner, just in case. But the general idea is that you get another Dark on the field, and another monster can get you further into your combo for the Rusty Bardish, or maybe for a Decode player combination. Like it's actually really easy to get that. And then for the spell lineup, Basically, I'm only playing 3 spells if you look at it. There's like Triple Ravine, Double Shrine, and Foolish. They count as one spell for me. Like, it's all meant to send the Dark Worm to the graveyard, and that's actually crazy, like, that you're playing that many cards, and that's why the Destrudo is so important. Then you're playing 5 Pendulum Calls. To be honest, during the tournament, I only saw Duelist Alliance when I was playing against Thunder Dragon. It's a 60 card deck. I saw Pendulum Call a lot. I didn't see Duelist Alliance at all, except for like 2 games, and it was against Thunder Dragon twice. So, yeah, I might cut Duelist Alliance even in a 60 card build. I don't feel it's represented the best at the regional, but yeah, there's always that. And then the final 3 spells, Allure of Darkness. This card was amazing, nothing to say about it. In general, the main deck did perform pretty well, but there were some kinks here and there, so yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna change a couple of things up, but I'm not sure I'm gonna take this as my main Pendulum deck, because there are just way better versions, like the standard version right now. Jeffrey Mitchell's build, or Jeremy Mitchell, I like care. His build is actually really good, and it will perform well at tournaments, so go with that one if you really want to. This deck has a higher ceiling, like you have the highest ceiling that you can want. So extra deck, 1 Borreload Savage Dragon, card is nuts. 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Of course you make this with the Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. And then the last 2 Exceeds are the Evil Swarm Nightmare and the Time Star Magician. And this is exactly what I'm going to probably cut for the Azathoth package. So I'm gonna remove these 2, and I'm just gonna add the Time Thief and the Azathoth most likely. Because while I did summon the Evil Swarm Nightmare a couple of times, it never really had a great use, because my opponent still got around the plays, and since Link summoning is so prevalent right now, it doesn't really matter. Like, it can't stop a normal summon, only special summons. So against Salamangreat, they just go normal summon, make a Bailings. Oh yeah, okay. And from there on out, they just do their standard play. And sure, you can stop the Gazelle when it hits the field, it goes face down. But then they have like a Spinny, they can still extend, and the card was just useless in that regard. And I feel that an Azathoth play would be way better at that point, so I'm gonna change this up to an Azathoth play. For like, all the rest of my extra deck were Link monsters. It's crazy. Electromite, obviously. Then we have the Nightmare package in Nightmare Mermaid, Nightmare Phoenix, and Nightmare Unicorn. These were all around really good in the event. Like, you made these to go into the Mermaid, but sometimes if you had some other ways to go into it, you just needed these for removal, which was really good. Of course, for the Orkest, you're going to need the Galatea. You're going to go into Summon Sorcerers in that combo, and you're going to go into the Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardish. These were all around good, nothing to say about it. And what I was trying to do is summoning the Summon Sorcerers in the extra monster zone, the Rusty beneath it, and that way you could use the Summon Sorcerers to go into a Decode Talker. If you didn't have enough room on your field, you can first go into Underclock Taker. The card is good in other ways as well, so it's really worked out. And then go into the Decode Talker. It's important against decks like Sky Striker still, because you still see them a lot. And then the final card in the extra deck was the Boral Sword Dragon. I only made this once and it didn't work out at all. I wanted to make it a lot more, but because the Orkest build is just centered around a lot more. Like, you make your first turn combo and they scoop, or they break it, and then you don't have any resources left. Like, it was a crazy event for me, and I'm going to talk about that more in the video that's gonna come up tomorrow. So yeah, for side deck for this event, I was siding the Yazi package in my side deck. I felt the only thing I still needed for the Yazi package was the Linkaribo. So I went with Yazi, Linkaribo, Mermere in the side, and it actually was really good. Every time I went second, I sided this in, and when I summoned the Yazi, my opponents just quit like 50% of the game, so it was really good. I'm just sad I couldn't go into Yazi that often because it got stopped by Ash, by other stuff, but it was really good. Phantasme, I know it's an expensive card, but you don't have to run this. It's an optional card, and I liked it. For the regional, when I drew it, it was great. It saved me the games where I needed it to be saved, and the card was actually pretty good in that regard, so yeah. Triple Denkoseka, still Bunker's card, can't replace that. Triple Sphere mode might make this Lava Golems. I didn't drew it anyway, but Lava Golem is also great against Salamangreats, and not only against Thunder Dragons, so you can go for, like, I think Lava Golems might be better, so yeah. And Triple Red Reboot to finish it off. To be honest, I saw this a couple of times against Salamangreats, really good, so... often they end their fields just with the Roar because they couldn't do anything else, and just red rebooting the Roar then is all you need to win. That was it for the deck profile. I hope you guys liked it. It's a lot shorter than normal, even though the deck was bigger, but I'm gonna do a bigger video tomorrow, so yeah. See you guys!